So final question, or final two questions. I'm not sure if I'm going to split it up yet. This question relates to the education system and implications on my personal growth. So it's not just the Canadian education system for me. It's actually a couple of countries that I studied in, and it's not just U Ottawa. It's also University of Toronto. So first comment and critique I want to make about the education system is something based on my entire experience. I've always found that no matter where I've gone to, starting from the first day that I went to school, it's always been this standardized sort of set of subjects that we've had to learn: math, science, history, um, and like very interesting topics. Obviously, gives you a broad overview of the world and how it works and how people live or work. Science, how people have done things in the past. History, how the structure of the universe creates stuff and blah blah blah, and how the human body works. Science, how the earth functions. Geography, etc., etc. I mean, again, I think it's very interesting. It just never really inspired me, and I found a lot of people around me just weren't that into school. Um, and that's a shame, because I think school should be something that not only teaches you about your world, but also inspires you to question things, inspires you to grow, inspires you to um, really learn. And what I found in my learning experience was mostly memorizing a whole bunch of facts and then suddenly coming onto an exam and spitting it all out. The next thing we did was do assignments. So based on everything that you've memorized, everything that you've learned in class, you write a paper in a standard format, essay or research paper. I just never felt I grew much from these experiences. Number one, I resisted them because I never really liked to do it and I didn't want to do it, and I was a rebel. I was a bit of a slacker, a bit of a class clown. Um, Now that I look back and now that I've met many people who have also been in the same boat, I just don't think it's me being lazy or slacking off. I think it's just I have a way of learning and approaching the world and disseminating knowledge, and I have also my own preferences about what I want to do. And I think I could have definitely benefited from, and I did benefit from, this sort of bucket theory of knowledge that Professor Lamontagne says, where you memorize and you learn and then you spit stuff out. But to be honest, I don't think I can remember anywhere from 5%, and more than 5% of what I learned in high school and in primary school. Um, I think that form of learning and knowledge is useful, but I think there's a lot of other things too: the arts, creativity. I think those things are definitely not missing, but there needs to be a lot more of realms of creativity, encouragement to think creatively, and a constant critique of the curriculum from high schools to primary schools to universities to adapt to different styles of learning. I don't think everyone learns best just by memorizing and regurgitating. I hate it. I still hate it. I still rebel against it. And I know that a lot of people have said you have to push yourself, you have to make yourself do it, and like, why? Out of all that effort that I put in, and out of all of those hours that I put in, how much of that am I really going to use in my life? That's my first critique about the whole regurgitation system. Second critique is, which is related to this one, is what about life skills? What about understanding your emotions, dealing with anger, interpersonal conflict, how to create a bank account? What about the practical skills, the emotional skills, how to be present, how to be conscious? I think these are things that are just as important as learning algebra or geometry. I think learning how to be present with your emotions, how to deal with anger, how to understand conflict, how to deal with a breakup, how to deal with bullying, how to deal with things that everyone experiences in daily life. These are not things that are even covered in school. Your high school, your homeroom teacher is more concerned with how you're learning the alphabet than they are with you coping with your daily emotions. It's sort of like emotions and creativity are sort of just shoved under the rug or shoved to the side as secondary, and I don't think they're secondary at all. I think we're beings with an amazing capacity to not just to learn but to grow, to be creative, to really expand. And I think that this should be cultivated much more in our schools, starting from primary school. And I think in primary school these things are cultivated. There's playtime, there's a lot of self-expression time, and as you go up the grade ladder, creativity, play, and fun disappears. I'm not saying that people in grade 12 should be given time to lay on a mat in class and sing songs and hold hands. Maybe that would be a good idea, I don't know. But I'm just saying that the essence of creativity, the essence of play, when I say play, I don't mean sing songs and hold hands, I mean freedom to express yourself, freedom to explore, freedom to constantly be questioning and learning. That's what's missing in our education systems. And I found that that's what was missing from my experience. That's why I enjoyed my peer-to-peer connections much more, because when I was with my friends, I would be learning about the world in a different way than I would be in school, and I would be learning things that were natural to me, learning how to communicate with people, learning how to talk to girls, learning how to deal with my emotions. I learned that from friends. Probably not the best teachers. It'd be so much better if I could have learned these things from, say, I don't know, a counselor or a meditation master, a Zen master, or an art teacher or something like that. Just there needs to be more humanness, more creativity, more life, more color in the education system. Definitely. The psychology department in general. Well, I find that while I came to university to study psychology to get into the field of motivation, healing, therapy, and counseling, there's not that much of it in the psychology department. It's mostly based on research and learning how to write APA papers and then learning how to publish them, get into journals. It's just so dry. It's so devoid of, again, so devoid of humanity, so devoid of actually reaching the common person and helping them. It's all about getting yourself published. That's not meaningful to me at all. Sometimes I feel like the only reason I'm doing this is so I can get that paper, that undergrad degree. And even then, what will the undergrad degree do for me? Not much. I still need to go get my master's. So it's a little disappointing. It's a little jading knowing that the 4 years that I've spent and the $40,000 of debt that I incurred are just giving me an extended high school degree. Kind of sad. In that sense, my next critique is make the undergraduate degree, specifically for psychology, more human, more based on actually helping people, more based on reaching the common person, making a difference. University degrees are way too theory-based. They need to be more practical. I know that sounds like a college degree, but so what? 4 years, $50,000, $40,000 you're paying. I want to have more experience. I want to have more practical hands-on knowledge. Yes, I want theory too. And I want more professors to expand my mind, not just to shove knowledge down my throat. So I'm really grateful for Professor Lamantang's class and his experience, because it's really helped me grow as a person, and it's also helped me question and stand up for what I think is right. I don't think the psychology department has it all right. I think they're just stuck in their ways, just like university departments are, stuffing knowledge down students' throat and not encouraging creativity, not encouraging enlightenment, not encouraging true learning and true knowledge and true creativity, something that will really enable us to give back to the world, as opposed to them just making loads of money on students. We're not cows, we're not cattle, we're people, humans, creative beings. So we really need to have the option and the opportunity to express that. Almost 10 minutes. I gotta stop this video.